What's good, YouTube? I hope you guys are all having an amazing Sunday. It is now time for our weekly markup for the week. Like I explained yesterday, I'm going to be doing a full breakdown of all pairs that I'm looking for. I definitely think it'll bring a lot of value to the channel. What I'm looking for, what I'm looking to see, and when I think trades will play out. It is going to be a little bit of a longer video, but if you do stick to the end, you would definitely get a lot of value out of it, and it may even change your perspective on how you look at the markets. But first off, we always got to spend time with God first. If you haven't spent time with Him today, let's spend some time with Him now. So we are going to be reading in Matthew chapter 18, and we're going to be looking at verses 10 through 14. And it's the parable of the lost sheep. See that you do not despise one of these little ones, for I tell you that in heaven there are angels who see the face of my Father who is in heaven. What do you think? If a man has 100 sheep, and one of them has gone astray, does he not leave the 99 on the mountain and go in search of the one that went astray? And if he finds it, truly I say to you, he rejoices over it more than over the 99 that never went astray. So it is not the will of my Father who is in heaven that one of these little ones should perish. Now, here's what I think this parable means, and this is what I wrote down. The Father does not wish or want us to die, meaning perish in hell. So much so that there have been angels assigned to each one of us and every one of us who sit face to face with the Father every day. I can only imagine these angels are pleading for us on our behalf to God. God also loves us so much that He would leave 99 believers by themselves to go get the unbeliever or the believer that left the flock. It makes Him happier to retrieve a lost sheep than to see 99 others loving and worshiping Him every day. He loves all of us equally. This doesn't mean that He loves one lost person more than the 99 saved people. It just means He loves bringing more of His children back home. Alrighty, Bible study is now complete, and we can get on with the video. So, I will see you guys all in just a second. Welcome back. I hope you guys loved the Bible study today. It is a great parable. It's one of my favorites, that's for sure. But let's take a look at these charts, and it's going to be a lot of building off the video from yesterday. If you have not seen that video on market structure and why it is important to stay patient in your trades, you should go watch that. It'll help you tremendously. It is something that has helped me so much in my trading, and it's now a core foundation on what I'm looking for and what I need to see happen before I enter a trade. It has a lot to do with left head and right shoulder. If you don't know what that is a reversal pattern. So as you can see here, we have a left shoulder, a head, and then a right shoulder, and then what happens? Price goes to the upside. So marking down all these pairs for the week, let's take a look at see which ones are going to be my favorite for the week, what I'm looking for. And as you know, we start on the weekly time frame for our analysis, and I promise not every pair is going to take a super long time. Only the ones that in the beginning here when I'm explaining stuff. So looking at the weekly first, we can see, let's first take a second to look at what is our market structure right now. We shifted bullish here when we took out this high right here. So now this became our high, this became our low, then our high is taken out again, so that's our high, this is our low, yeah? And then what happens? Our high is taken out, that's our high, that's our low, so now we are bearish on EURUSD on the weekly time frame. So that becomes our low right here, and this is our high. So while we're on this weekly pair, and our daily pair, sorry, let's take a look to see what the daily is looking like, and we can clearly tell that the daily time frame is also bearish because this low right here was taken out. So now we are bearish completely on the weekly time frame, and right now this is our low and this is our high, right? So now I'm trying to look to see where could price possibly pull back to for us to take a sell, right? Because I only personally trade if the weekly time frame and the daily time frame are in sync. So both of our time frames are in sync. We're both going to the downside here. So I'm going to be looking for a place where price could pull back to. And on the weekly time frame, well, first off, again, referring to last video, I explained to you guys that a lot of the time, and almost every time, that price breaks structure to push either higher or lower, it'll come back to retest the previous structure point. But what I mean by that is, for example, right in here, price was going down, making higher highs and higher lows, right? Started to shift structure, we shifted up, price came down to retest the highs over here, pushed up, came down, retested our high, pushed up, came down to retest, then it broke through, right? But then we shifted to the downside, right? Right here, price broke down, came up to retest what? The last structure point, then headed down again. It just happens over and over and over again. Then when we shifted bullish over here, price shifted up, came to retest what? The last high to push higher. So price is just doing the same thing over and over again. So now that we shifted bearish, I would expect us on the weekly time frame to do what? Come and retest this high. So but if we see that, if we place a line there, we see that prices are respected here, respected here, respected here, here, here. Or we can go in the past and respected over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? And I can guarantee you that if I click on it here, we can see that this is probably a round psychological number. So this right here, 1.10466. This is closer to 500, so I'm going to move this to 500. Perfect. So we've got a round psychological number of 1.10500, and you can see that is clearly respected over and over and over again on the weekly time frame. So I would expect price to come and retest in here on the weekly. But we're going to also hop down on the daily time frame and see if maybe we can find an area that's maybe a little bit closer. So on the weekly time frame, where's our last low? Well, we were breaking structure. Well, first off, we were heading to the upside, right? Let's make this a little smaller. We were heading to the upside up in here. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, and then we broke structure. Came all the way down here. Price came to retest what? This structure from right here. Then push lower again. So what would I expect price to do? Come and retest right here. And what do we notice? That if we place a line right here to retest this, price respects this area. Here, 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 here. I mean, it's just over and over again, guys. Here, 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 here. Yeah. Just clear area of support and resistance. So I'm going to see, is this a round psychological number? Looks like it is. That's closer to 700, so I'm going to put that there. And as you can see, even more respected, respected, respected. Clear signs of support and resistance. Price respecting this area. So we could expect a reaction from this level if we were to pull back up into this level to then continue to make our leg to push lower. But in this time frame, if on the daily time frame, we would see that if we did pull back into this, we would still be bearish. So I like that a lot, actually, that we would still be bearish. So this is definitely going to be on my watch list for this week. But if price were to come up into here, right? So it's going to start doing this and come into here. We're still bearish because we haven't broken above this high. So all I would need is just see a break my consolidation box, which would be here. For me, my last low in the market. Like so. Just break my consolidation box with a bearish engulfing, and I would enter this trade to probably these lows down here. Or this low, one or the other. But if price decides that, you know, we want to continue to make higher highs and higher lows, and we actually want to retest this structure level in here, that means the daily time frame would shift bullish. So that means I would need to see a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a lower low, a lower high to shift structure, break all this, and have a lower high for us to then sell. Why? Because that would then I would know that market structure has shifted. So I would get a left, ahead, right here. Oopsie, wrong spot. I would get a left, a head, and a right shoulder pointing me to the downside, letting me know the market structure has shifted. I would enter off of this right shoulder right here to then sell to our next low point, which would be here. that would be our trade. But as of right now, we are just going to wait and expect for price to just pull up into this level here to then sell. So this is going to mark this, we're going to mark this as red for our sell for the week. Let's take a look at the next pair. Now that that's out the way, I'm going to start moving through this a little faster. And if I don't really say anything, it's because I'm thinking. But right now, market structure on the weekly time frame right now is bullish because we haven't broken structure. Oh, I hit the wrong one. Yeah, haven't broken structure on the weekly time frame. We don't care what it's doing in the middle. So right now, the weekly time frame is bullish. Let's look at the daily time frame. What are we looking like? Right now, the daily time frame is also bullish because that's our low. We broke this high up here. So we went bullish, so that became our high. This is our low. High is taken out. That's our high. This is our low. This has not changed at all. So this is what GBPUSD from last week. Didn't really do much. Where would I expect price to retest to? Well, we already retested that, making higher highs and higher lows, so I would expect price to come back and retest there. I don't really like that. On the weekly time frame, where would I expect price to pull back to? I would expect to pull back to there. Is this respected at all? Not really. Not to my liking. I don't really like this pair. Don't like that it's being a little finicky right now. And we're slowing down. I might leave this out for the week, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm going to pass up on GBP NZDUSD, what are we looking like? Well, we are bearish because we went bullish here after we took out this high. So this became our high, then our low. Down here, our high is taken out. That's our high. That's our low. Our low is taken out, so now we are bearish with that being our high, and this is our low. On the weekly time frame, we are bearish. The daily time frame, we are also bearish as of right now because this low is taken out, so that became our low. This became our high up here. Then our low is taken out again, so that becomes our low. That becomes our high. Our low is taken out again, so that became our low. This became our high. And as of right now, on the weekly time frame, let's take a look to see where we can get an area of interest. Well, our area of interest on the weekly time frame would be here. You can clearly see that it's respected throughout in here, respected here, 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 just around cycle number 61,600. Perfect. So I would expect a weekly pullback into this level here to then sell. On the daily time frame, we took out this low. But we could pull back into somewhere in here on the daily time frame. If we did do that, I mean, we're showing signs of it being respected. Yep, all throughout here. It's clearly respected over and over and over again. Let's see what we're looking like on this. 200. Respected, 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 respected. Respected, respected, respected. Yeah, okay, so this is a great area to possibly also sell from. But the issue that I see, it's not really an issue, we just have to sit on our hands and be patient, is the fact that I want to make this a different color. Let's make this red, so I know that that's a daily time frame. The issue that I see here, yeah, is that right now market structure, and this is what's really important, is to follow market structure and look what it's telling you, right? So if price is bearish in here, yeah, right here, when price to come and retest this, it would have to shift bullish. Price would come in here, break above this high, and if we close on the daily time frame, we would then be bullish. So then I would have to wait for market structure to then shift for me to enter a sell, giving me my left head right shoulder on the daily time frame, like so. pointing downwards for us to then take our possible sell, which would be, you know, not the end of the world. But the thing that also to look out for is that the 4 hour time frame would also shift bullish into here. So for us to take a sell on the 4 hour, for us to take a sell, price would need to also shift, and then we can retest and enter for our also left head. Oopsie. Left head, right shoulder, which is beautiful. This is a great pair for the week for a sell. Just depends on what area price wants to retest to. We just have to sit on our hands and be patient. So that's what we're going to look for that pair. And let's take a look at what we have over here. Let's delete this drawing. So right now, the weekly time frame is bearish. Why? Because this is our last high. Price took out our low right here. So now this becomes our low. My goodness, why am I so itchy? This became our low. This becomes our high. Price can do whatever it wants in between here. We don't really care. So that right there is bearish on the weekly time frame, and on the daily time frame, we are, for now, still bearish. Is what it looks like. We were bullish through here. This was our last high. This was our last low. Our low is taken out. And as of right now, this is what we're seeing right now. It's pretty choppy, if I'm being honest. I don't like that it's really choppy. If I were to expect price to retest anywhere, it would be here or here, one or the other. But looks like we came up and retested this area on the daily. On the weekly time frame, I would expect price to come up and retest this area here. It's respected here, here, here. That low. Do we have anything down here, over here? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So now let's reset our chart. Let's look at the daily area of interest. Respected, 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 respected. It's a great area. Don't know if I'm the biggest fan of it though. Right now the daily time frame is bearish. I don't like how choppy it is, and especially since we have created a little bit of a base here. And honestly, we could take a sell off of this if, why is that like that? Let's do this. Delete this. Whoops. Let's make this a box. We could take a sell, and I'd be comfortable taking a sell off of this if price reacted from here like normal, support and resistance box, like it's doing right now. Price reacts from our box. We have this. This is literally our market structure right now. We shifted bullish, shifted bearish again, had our lower high. We push lower, retest this box, and then we would be retesting our previous structure point to then push lower. And what do we see on this? Beautiful left head, right shoulder, pushing down. That would be my play for this pair. That would 100% be my play if I were to take a sell off of this. So I think that's what I'm going to wait for on AUDCHF. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to wait for. So I'm going to wait for price on the daily time frame, not on any other pair, on any other time frame. On the daily time frame to break and close below this structure point in here. Then once we get that, I'd wait for a wick pullback into this area for me to look and on the 4 hour, wait for the 4 hour time frame to also shift, because right now on the 4 hour we are bullish. But if we came, so this is our market structure right now, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, depending on how far it comes, this can shift bullish. I would then have to wait for a shift of structure on the 4 hour time frame for us to then get our left head, right shoulder. Then we would place our consolidation box right there. Price breaks out of our consolidation box, then we would target these lows either here or here to create a full new leg. So our full take profit would actually be down here. taking out the weekly lows down here, which would be down here. Yep, perfect. That would be the play on that. So we're going to mark that one up and have that ready for the week as well. Beautiful setup as well. Let's take a look at our next pair. What is this? AUDCHF. We're bullish on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, we are bearish. Not looking at this pair. Let me just go back here so I can show you guys. Weekly time frame, obviously we're bullish. This is our low. This is our high. Nothing has been taken out yet. So we know we are bullish on the weekly. If we go down to the daily time frame, as you can see, we are bearish. This is our low, right? Because we kept pushing higher. This would be our high. Our low is taken out over here. That becomes our low. That becomes our high. I only trade when the daily and the weekly time frame are in sync, so I do not care about that pair. USD CAD, completely bullish right now. I would expect price to come back into here. I'm sorry, no, completely bearish. What am I saying? That is our low. That is our high. Our low is taken out. That's our low. That's our high. Price is bearish in here until we close above here on the weekly. Then we would then shift bullish. But on the daily time frame, I can guarantee you we are probably bullish, which we are. Incredibly bullish. That's our low. I'm sorry, our low. And then this is our high. So we do not care about USD CAD. On to the next, USDCHF. We are bullish on USDCHF on the weekly. That's our low. This is our high. I'm sorry, our low. This is our low here. That's our high. Our low is taken out over here. Pull this down. So now this comes our high. Our high is taken out. So now this is our high. This is our low. I would expect price on the weekly time frame to wick down and pull into here. Why? This is respected, respected. Wick rejections on the weekly. Looks like we got more wick rejections. Wick. Yep, great area to choose from on the weekly. Let's take a look at the daily time frame. I guarantee you the daily time frame is also bullish, and as of right now it is, which is cool, which is beautiful to see. But the problem that I do see is if we did mark this as our weekly area of interest, I can see price pulling back down into here on the daily time frame before pushing higher. We can see it's respected here, respected here, respected here and here, respected here, in here. Got more. Possibly. It looks like that was ran through. That's a wick. That's a wick. Okay, so it's a good spot to possibly use. But if same little scenario, right? Let's make this a whole psychological level. Let's make this a psychological level, which is cool, beautiful to see. So if price comes and retests this area, which it's starting to right now, and pushes higher, we would see price do this. Right now the price on the 4 hour is probably bearish. We can check it. But for the daily to continue higher, we would just need to pull back into this area to keep pushing up. And on the 4 hour, it would shift bearish, because right now we are bullish. This is our, right now it would probably pull this. We'd shift bearish after breaking this low, lower high, lower low. For us to then take a buy, we would then wait for a shift of structure to then head to the upside. And what do you see here? You see your left, your head, and your right shoulder to head to the upside. That's what I would have to wait for. But on the daily time frame, if we decide that we want to continue to push down to this weekly area of interest, price would then shift bearish because we would break this low. So then I would have to wait on the daily time frame for us to shift bullish, and then I can take a buy on the higher low right here from this point here, because then we would shift bullish here, left head, right shoulder. Beautiful. I would wait for price to come to here. We would then set a consolidation box somewhere in here on the 30-minute time frame to then enter for a buy. Also another good pair for the week. Let's set this up for blue for buying. Let's take a look at our other pairs. What is this? NZDUSD. Let's get rid of this. It's probably from last week. We are bearish on the weekly time frame. This is our low, that's our high. Doesn't care what it's doing in the middle. Daily time frame, we are also bearish. Where would I expect price to pull back to? Would have been here. We're already above it. Respected, respected. Another area of interest could be here. The weekly. Our interest would be up here. Not a big fan of this one. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this one off for the week. Not a big fan of it. GU. Oh, this is looking good. Yeah. Okay, so we're bearish right now on the weekly time frame. Why? Bullish here. Went up. Took out our high. Took out our low. So now we're bearish. This is our low. That's our high. On the weekly time frame, could easily see price wicking back into here before heading lower. Let's see if this is a psychological number. Looks like it is. Beautiful. Respect, respected, 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 respected. Yeah, all the way across on the weekly time frame. That's a beautiful area for price to pull back into. Let's take a look here. Support resistance. Set this like that. Let's take a look at our daily time frame. What are we? Also bearish. Still, which is beautiful. Why? Because we broke below this low here. Like so. Broke through that low. So now this is our low. Our high. Low is taken out all the way down to here. Wait, fix that. Low is taken out down to there. That means this is our high. The only issue I see with this is that if price decides it wants to fully come all the way up and retest, I would need a shift of structure on the daily time frame for me to then sell, seeing our left head right shoulder. But we can also see price just staying right here to retest this, because then that's respected, this is respected, close to respecting this. Let's come over here. Let's see. We tap that area. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this daily area of interest. I'd probably just wait for the weekly one. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the weekly one. Just be patient. So what I'm gonna need to see from GBU is a pullback all the way into here for then us to get our shift of structure to then sell, like so. It's a beautiful sell pair, looking good for the week. We've got plenty of pairs to look at, which is awesome. Oh wait, do we see? Oh, look at that, guys. Left head, right shoulder will be formed when the weekly time frame comes into here. Beautiful sell opportunity. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the full retest on the weekly time frame. So that means that we are gonna close bullish, coming back to wick into here. So we'll see this probably won't be ready, I'd say, until probably at least Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yep, that's what I like. I really like this pair. Let's take a look at our next one. Don't like the gaps, but we are bearish right now on the weekly time frame. Don't like how that looks either, but we are also bearish on this time frame as well. If I were to expect a pullback, it would be into here, respected there, respected. Not a big fan of all the choppiness though, but it's all respected throughout here. Can easily get a wick pullback into this area of 1.4. Wait, what did that say? Go back. 447. That's under. That's a 0. 3,400. Can easily get a wick pullback into this area here for us to then sell. Have we body closed under this? We haven't. That's respected. We'll put this one as a maybe for the week. And I'm calling it a maybe just because I don't like that we did not officially close under this low, because then price could like give us our entry signal in here, and then just respect this area again and hit our stop loss. So what I may end up doing is, since we are already bearish, right? In here we can clearly see that we're bearish throughout here. We're now having our pullback to retest this area. We would then push lower, right? And I would wait for the retest of this last structure break to then enter on our sell, with our consolidation box being something like this. Oopsie. Consolidation box being something like this for then us to sell. So I'm going to leave that as a maybe, not actively really looking at that one. We have greater pairs for the week that we possibly sell with. GCHF is also bearish. It's also going to be a really choppy looking pair. I know that from last week, so I may not even trade it just because it looks choppy. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, honestly, just because of the choppiness on the daily time frame. I'm going to stay away from it and wait for it to break, you know, out of this. It could take some time, but I'm going to wait for it to just break out of this and start trending again. I like trending markets, not markets that are choppy. EUROCAD, also looking choppy. Don't want to deal with it. CHFJPY. This is looking like a really nice weekly retest. We're bullish on the weekly time frame. Why? We were bearish in here, so this became our low. This is our high. Low is taken out. That's our high. High is taken out. That's our high. This is our low. What is price coming to do right now in the weekly time frame? Coming to retest previous structure point, which is now respected here, here, and this is JPY. So I think this has just been climbing. It has been. So that would be our retest on the weekly. On the daily time frame, we would shift bearish. Yep. On the daily time frame, we're shifting bearish. So price would, come to retest here. We would have to wait for a shift of structure to then us to buy, giving us our left, our head, and our right shoulder to then buy. Not going to be my top pair, but possible buy setup if things are going south. As you can see, we are having a beautiful left head, right shoulder to then push higher. I like that a lot, actually. I need to stop doing that. It would just be a matter of being patient. This setup may not even be ready this week, and if it's not, oh well, you know, it's perfect setup for next week. Moving on. We are bullish on AUD New Zealand. This is, we were looking at this pair last week as well. It's still being indecisive is what it looks like it's being. So we are bullish after taking out this high. That becomes our high and this becomes our low. Looks like our weekly time frame came to retest this area here. As you can see, it's clearly respected, but it's also like looking like it's getting exhausted right here and doesn't know what it wants to do. Perfect weekly retest. We are still in fact bullish on the daily time frame because this is our low and this is our high. But let's take a look at the 4 hour and see what it looks like. It looks really choppy. Looks really choppy. area of interest like that. This is 200. Price could come down, give us a retest, push higher. TP would be these highs. 4-hour time frame would shift bearish. That would stay bullish. So in the 4-hour time frame, since we're bullish right now, I'm sorry, bearish right now, it's already shifted bearish. Price would make lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower low, higher high, come to retest to then continue to push up, giving us our left, our head, and our right shoulder to then continue to push higher. We can mark it, put it as a green, a maybe. I don't like the choppiness, the indecisiveness on this pair. Again, there's cleaner setups this week. We don't have to force a trade if we don't see it, right? Right now, clearly bullish on CAD-JPY. Would expect price to come back and retest here or here, one or the other. Looks like we're already retesting this one. Respected there, respected here, 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 here. All of this is respected. Daily time frame, what are we looking like? Looks like we're consolidating in here. On the daily time frame, though, I can see it coming back to retest that. Well, this one's out of the question. I don't like that one. I could see price coming to retest here, but if we do that, that means we would shift bearish because we would break these lows here. Have we even, we might still be bearish. We are still bearish. Why are we still bearish? Because this was our last high in the, our last low. Our low is taken out, so now this is our low. Let's get rid of this. That's our low, and that's our high. Yeah, we are still bearish. So in order for us to take a buy from this weekly time frame, we would have to shift bullish, have a retest, and then go. Why? Because we are bearish in here. We are right here. If we shift bullish, have our retest, and go. What is this pattern that you see all the time? Left head and your right shoulder. Oh, wrong way. Did it the wrong way. Left head, right shoulder, to then head higher. Not my favorite though. Also, we're gonna mark as a maybe. Price is already in this area here, but price could also come to retest in here. So this is our daily one. Let's mark this one red. Beautiful. That's our weekly one. USDJPY, price is bullish. Price would come back to retest here. Daily time frame, that means we would shift bearish. Not my favorite looking pair. Yeah, not my favorite, but price would shift bearish. Coming back down to our zone, I would need price to then shift bullish to then retest our previous structure for us to head higher. Ooh, go back. That's what I would need out of that. Also, a green. This is gold. We're still waiting on this. I don't even need to redo this. Gold is incredibly bullish. If for me to even look at it taking a buy, I would just have to come back and retest and then continue to head higher. Euro NZD. We are still bullish here. That's our low. This is our high. Don't care what it's doing in between. On the daily time frame, though, we are bearish. Not looking at trading this, but if we were to get a retest, the daily, yeah, it's bearish and bearish. No, bullish and bearish. Yeah, bullish and bearish. We don't want to trade this. I'm going to leave this. GBPJPY, bullish as well. But those are equal highs. Yeah, those are equal highs. So this, if we came down here, we would still be bullish. Not a big fan of looking at GJ. Look how choppy that is. Don't want to deal with it. EURUSDCHF, also extremely choppy, but we're bearish. Let's take a look at the daily time frame. Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. Never trade in consolidation, unless you don't have to. So I'm going to leave that. NZDCAD. Let's get rid of this. What do we see? Right now, I see that we were bearish, then we shifted bullish. That's our high. This is our low. High is taken out. That's our high. This is our low. Low is taken out. We are now bearish on the weekly. Daily time frame, we are bullish. So that means we are not looking at trading it. But if we were to get a break below there, which also is probably around psychological number, which it is, if we got a break and close below here on the weekly time frame, so that means this would not be ready this week to then have a weekly pullback. Yeah, we're not looking at trading this either. Euro AUD. Let's take a look at that. We traded that a while ago. What do we got here? You can see that we are still bullish as of right now. Why? That was our high. Our last high in the market when we were bearish. So that shifted bullish. This is now our low. Right here. Price can do whatever it wants. It's still bullish during here. Have we shifted bullish yet on the daily time frame? Does not look like we have, so we are not looking at trading. AUDCHF, we are also bullish. That's our low. This is our high. Don't care what it's doing in between, but the daily time frame we are bearish, so we're not looking at trading that. JPY. These JPY pairs are all bullish right now. Price would come back to retest here, which looks like it almost did already. If it does decide it wants to do that, which it would probably come back to retest either there for the daily time frame. See, it's respecting it there, there, and there. Weekly time frame, it's respected all throughout here. Price right now on the daily time frame is bearish because this is our last low. The high, low is taken out. Low is taken out again. Price would need to shift bullish for then us to take a buy. I already have JPY pairs marked out, so I'm not going to mark this one. GBP CAD is bullish right now on the weekly, and on the daily time frame we are bearish. Not looking at it. Don't want to trade it. That is super choppy. I don't want to trade that. What is this? Oh, we're back at the top. Alrighty. These are our pairs for the week then. So we've got 4 selling opportunities, 2 buying opportunities, and then our maybes for the week. It's looking like a good week full of setups. Honestly, I mean, we are looking good for the week. And hopefully, price will help us out and give us some good price action so we can actually get some wins this week and continue on our streak. But that will conclude today's video. I hope you guys got some value out of it. Seeing how my thought process is on how I am looking at the week, looking at my trades and what I want to see happen for then me to get into my trades for the week. So yeah, I will update you guys as the week goes on, and if I do happen to trade, you guys will see the result, whether it's a win or a loss, my thought process, what the mistakes I made, what I did good, that kind of stuff. And yeah, as always, if you guys like this video, go and leave a like, a comment, and subscribe on the video, so we can start building a community. Secondly, thank you guys for 130 subs. That is awesome on the channel. I'm glad you guys are liking the content so far, and I'm going to keep pushing stuff out, and hopefully I can continue to bring value to you guys. And yeah, so in the meantime, remember that I love you, God loves you, and I will see you guys in the next video.